Hey guys, it's Kristen. Um, you may have seen my post today, but Will and I recorded this week's episode of Guides to the Unknown last week since he's away in Iceland, and I figured that I would come on anyway and just hang out with whoever wants to come pop in, talk about spooky stuff, talk about whatever stuff, and kind of just see what happens. So it's my first time doing this. I just want to take a look at the chat option so I can see it all. And hi guys, whoever is here. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi Eric. Oh hey Sarah. So yeah, this is super casual. It's just me on my phone. It's not like our setup in the basement. You can probably hear Crumbs slurping water. Hey Elizabeth. Hey Louie. Oh, thank you, Mars. Thank you. They're from Zenny Optical. So yeah, this is just at my apartment. That's the Crumb Boy. And so it's not going to be all fancy schmancy. But what's going on with you guys tonight? Hey, Christy. Are you guys looking forward to watching anything in particular after this? Did you watch anything amazing before this? What's your deal? I'm going to watch The Masked Singer later. Let me see. Eric says, I'm only kind of here, sadly. Let's see. And he's sick. You might not be all in. That's okay, Eric. I'm sorry that you're sick. That sucks. I was sick and it really, really held on. So I hear you. Hi, Mom. Yeah, just super cash in the sense that, like, you know, we don't have, like, I'm not on the nice mics. It's just me holding my phone, so it's probably gonna be a little wiggly. So I just want to give that little disclaimer, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna watch The Masked Singer later. I have a feeling that my mom's gonna watch The Masked Singer. I have a feeling that Christy Spinks is gonna watch The Masked Singer. Anybody else? Raise your hand. And thank you, Michelle, about the mood lighting. I was actually in that other room just now, and I was like, why am I not in the room with the snazzy, like, purple lights? And I'm in the room with, like, normal light. Well, there's a little, you can kind of see, I have, like, a blue ambient light thing in there, but I figured I'd come in here and give you a taste of my Philips Hue lights. Yes, Masked Singer. So if you guys don't know what it is, because I didn't know what it was until like 2 weeks ago, or maybe even less, I had seen that it was like a new sensation, and I figured that it was a singing show that had an angle of like not judging books by their covers and having people dress up so that you didn't see their looks, and it was like a non-judgmental thing, which like more power and everything, but snooze. So I wasn't into it. And then I found out that it has this crazy like mystery angle where it's celebrities under there. So whatever the opposite of a strike is, a yay one, celebrities under there. Love that kind of crap. And then they do little clue packages that have like clue stamped on it and kind of like, I don't know, like not fancy, not modern looking fun. It feels like an old show, which is part of what I like it. Like it's very cheesy and like it feels old. I don't know. So it's like clue. And then they'll give a little clue in character. Their voice is even disguised where they're speaking. Like there's, you know, like on Dateline or something where somebody's just like in darkness and then you hear a funky voice. It's like that, usually higher though. And they give little nuggets about what their identity is. They also give red herrings. So like, for example, just in case you go back and watch it on demand or something, I won't tell you who all the people are who've been revealed so far. But like somebody in their clue package kept alluding to them being in Destiny's Child. There'd be just like little drips and drabs here and there. And the person who it was had nothing to do with Destiny's Child. They were red herrings. I love a red herring. So that's what we're working with here. There are a lot of good voices. Tonight is the finale, and I'm excited to see who the three people are under the thingies. Oh, it's gotten picked up for a second run, Mom? How could it not? It's like a perfect show in many ways. Let's see. Yes, I am talking about The Masked Singer, Amber. Christy. Yeah, I think those are all great guesses. I'm with you on all of them except for I think it's Gladys Knight under there. Basically because, well, I'm partially swayed because everybody's saying that, but also in one of her clue packages, there were, she was holding like a deck of cards and talking about cards. The Pip card is a card, and there was Gladys Knight and the Pips. I'm no dummy. somebody just commented and it kind of faded away. Yeah, Elizabeth, check it out. It's like really ridiculous and it's really fun. I totally recommend it. I blew through it. I caught up in like 2 days or something with like 6 or 7 episodes because it's just very fun and easy and addictive. So I think Eric might have just come up and asked this about The Haunting of Hill House. I did watch The Haunting of Hill House, and I have things to talk about. So when I posted and said like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, if you guys have any suggestions or anything, I thought about it later and I was like, well, maybe I'll just talk about like current events of the day in spooky world. And what I came up with were the announcement of The Haunting of Hill House season 2 and what the subject is. And what was the other thing? The Twilight Zone trailer, which we kind of already talked about a little bit. So that one might peter out unless you guys have things to say. But yeah, so they announced that there's going to be a second season of The Haunting of Hill House. No duh. Everybody's minds exploded over that thing. Like whenever I post about like current event issues for Guide to the Unknown or Hunted Killer accounts, like I can tell what things people are really all about, and people couldn't get enough of any post about Haunting of Hill House on Hunted Killer and Empty Faces. So the public is hungry for it. So they announced what it's going to be, and they're going the anthology route, which makes total sense. And I also kind of saw it coming because the ending was totally tied up. Like there's really nothing else to say there. And so they're going to have it be the same way that season 1 was sort of based off of the book, The Haunting of Hill House, in a way, which I still haven't read. Season 2 is going to be about the book/series, The Turning of the Screw. I haven't read that either. I gave it a cursory goog, and it looks like, I couldn't tell if it was just one book. I couldn't tell if it was a book. I mean, I know it's a written work, but it said that it was a serialized thing. I don't know if it was like a thing that came out in magazines that then was later condensed into a book. Unclear. Clear to somebody who's not me. But I'm here for it. I loved season 1. I thought it was great. I know a lot of the same people are involved, so I see no reason not to be stoked about it. Yes, Henry James, Elizabeth, you're right. I remember that in my Google search, but I remember almost no other details about it except that it's a classic. I think that people read it in high school and stuff. There are a lot of classic books that I haven't read that people read in high school, and I don't understand how it happened except to guess that I had either the worst or best possible luck in that maybe they got lost in the sauce when we moved twice when I was a teenager and we changed schools. So like maybe they were reading The Turn of the Screw in the second half of the year in St. Louis, so I missed it, and they had already read it in the first half of the year in New Jersey when we moved there or something like that. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to it. Very pumped about the Twilight Zone. I know on another live I was freaking out about the teaser trailer, and the actual trailer didn't disappoint. I freaked out about that as well. What do you guys think about the fact that like most of the actors in the Twilight Zone trailer are comedians? Do you think that that's like a deliberate move? Do you think it's because Jordan Peele has a comedy background, so these are kind of the people that he knows and everything? Like, what do you think the deal is? Let's see, we're talking about House of Leaves. Yeah, I read House of Leaves like a really, really long time ago. And I just remember thinking it was very intense, and I kind of had to like work to slog through it. It was one of those books, if I'm being honest, that like other people who I thought were cool read, and I wanted to be cool and part of it. But it was like a headache and a half, if I remember correctly. But I know people love it. It might just be me. You guys know, I have simple tastes. I love John Cho. Couldn't agree with you more. I will watch a guy in just about anything. I didn't watch all of The Exorcist, but I did watch a handful of it when he was in it. Yeah, it's exhausting, right, Amber? I get it. It's very unique. I respect the craft, but like, I've got a headache over here. But yeah, John Cho is awesome. I was so happy to see him in there. Kumail Nanjiani is one of my favorite comedians and actors. Like, I never think about it, but I don't love stand-up. Like, I don't have a grudge against it or anything, but I'm very rarely like, oh great, I can't wait to watch this stand-up. Kumail Nanjiani's stand-up special, Beta Male, is so funny. I love it so much. So I remember those were two faces that I was excited to see. Adam Scott, I also love, and I'm trying to think who else was a comedian who showed up in there. But Tracy Morgan. But yeah, I noticed that there were a lot of comedians in there. Yeah, the Twilight Zone trailer looks amazing, right, Mars? I know, I'm so stoked for it. Let me just hand, again, casual, uncut. Let me try to get Crumbs to not whine at me. Hold on. Hey, boo. Want that? Let's just see. Okay, here we go. So I haven't done lives before on my phone ever, and I wasn't sure how to find the chat, so I just had to figure out how to make it show permanently, because it's just stuff kind of like popping up and disappearing for me. Where'd it go? Yeah, Amber, that's a thing that people say about comedy a lot. Like, that's apparently why there are so many comedians who become dramatic actors, because comedy is so difficult. Like, if they have the skills for that, they'll probably have the skills for drama as well. Yeah, it doesn't knock drama, but just like they're kind of, I mean, a lot of like dramatic actors go to like clowning school and stuff, because learning those improvisational skills it's like very useful for just not everyday life, like regular acting. You just discovered what the smell was in your room, Drew? Elaborate. I didn't realize that there was a smell to be concerned about, but now I want to hear all about it. Crumbs. I'm laughing at you guys responding to Drew's smell. Ooh, that smell. Oh, I have a funny story about smells to tell you guys. So Will and I were texting today, and I almost don't want to say this because I don't want to be disparaging to the country of Iceland. But Will said that Iceland has like a lot of volcanoes around it or something like that. And he basically said that everything smells like sulfur and farts. Again, no shade to Iceland. He's having a great time. He loves it. But he said that like everything smells and tastes like farts. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. He's genuinely enjoying it. And I'm sure that if you live there or you spend like a lot of time there or anything, you totally don't notice. It's like weird smells in your house. You know what I mean? Like you don't know. Or if you go to somebody else's house, you're like, it smells weird in here. They don't think it smells weird. So I'm sure Icelanders it's not their fault. You know what I mean? And they're just like living their lives. But Will said it's notable. It's funny. So he said that like he and Allie's brother Michael, who went with them, went to, I don't know what you call it, but like Blue Springs. Like they took some pictures and it looked really amazing. It's like this blue foggy water. And he said that there's an area of it where you can go and stand under like a waterfall sort of thing. And he said it's not like a gentle trickle. It's like just like a boof of water on you. And they have some sort of, by the way, we might talk about it on the show a little bit. There's not that much to it, but there's some sort of like legend or whatever that like Blue Grotto. Thank you, Mom. Some sort of legend that there's like the water is a product of a troll dumping water on your head. And so that was a funny thing. And it's also just like water that smells like farts on your head. So let me look at this chat now to find out what Drew's smell in his room was, because I can't live without knowing. Let's see. Oh God, an old salad. That is the worst. And actually, Drew, I'm going to be with you in solidarity for a second, because we had a family party on Sunday, which was awesome. And we got a lot of food. We got like too much food. And Ryan and I took home the salad, and it's in our fridge, and it's only from Sunday, but it's already seen and smelled better days. Like our kitchen is starting to smell. So I'm going to have to address that probably after I do this. So I fully understand. And I bet it could be the dressing, but also I feel like a romaine wilts quickly. I think that's the situation over here. Although there are also cruciferous vegetables in there, which are known for their smells. So hard to say. When Will sees this at some point and sees I'm just talking about like fart smells of different kinds, different ilk, he's going to think it's ridiculous. Let me see what else is going on here. Oh my God, you had a dead bat in your wall, Amber? Oh, that sounds like the worst. Like any dead animal is bad news in your wall, but a bat in particular is like, it's scary, you know? So wait, when you found it, because you must have found this out, I guess, was there like a skeleton of a bat that you saw? Because yeesh. our mom, who's in the chat, will obviously know this story because this isn't something I remember. This is a story told by way of mommy. But when we lived in Connecticut, we had this big open attic. I do remember a little part of this kind of like I thought the attic was I thought it was cool that we had an attic. Like I don't know, we were always just into kind of like weird, creepy stuff. So I thought the attic was like kind of cool and creepy. And I like to just go up there and like look around or whatever. And I do remember one time, I don't remember if it's connected to this exact incident, but I do remember one time I went to open the attic and peeked up. You know what? Maybe I don't remember. Maybe it's like a false memory and it was a dream or a nightmare or something. But I feel like I remember opening the attic and peeking in and just seeing a ton of bats hanging and being like, nope, 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 and closing it back up. But anyway, based on how old I was when this happened, I think that must be a false memory or something, because I think Will and I were like little kids. But so there were a ton of bats in the attic, and our parents called an exterminator to get them out. And the guy came and he had an assistant with him, and our mom said to the guy, like, hey, I'm gonna be in the living room with our kids, like, do whatever you need to do, but just like, we don't want to see a bat. Guano, mom. Guano aplenty. But weren't there bats hanging up in there as well? Like, wasn't that a thing? Do you have a memory of seeing like a ton of bats in the attic? Bats in the belfry? No, mom? Okay. All right. It must just be a false memory. But there were at least like, some bats or something like that. So because this happened. So our mom had Will and I in the living room, and she said, like, do what you gotta do. We don't want to see a bat. Just like avoid this room or something. 75 bats, mom? Wait, I'm confused by your comments. So do you mean there were bats hanging up there and there was guano? I took your guano comment and then the no to mean that my memory was wrong. But like, oh God. Anyway, so, she's in like the other room with us, and then the guy's assistant came in holding a bat. Like, I would have to use both my hands and I can't, but like holding a bat out, and my mom's really good at doing their impression, but he's like holding this bat out by the wings, and she said the bat in the middle is in the middle, it's like beep, 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 beep. And he's like, look at the wingspan on this thing. Have you ever seen anything like this? And she was like, what is the matter with you? Like, that's the one thing I asked you not to do, was to have me and my kids see it. And you specifically brought in a bat holding it out by the wings. Okay. Oh my God. Based on the amount of guano, they estimated 75 bats. Barf. Oh God, I would die. We have a storied history with bats. Our mom and dad have had multiple incidents with bats. It's insane. So Will just texted me. I saw it pop up here and said, are you live or something like that? I don't know if you guys all found me, right? So I guess everything's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't share it to, our Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and he was looking out for that, but I'll let him figure it out. I guess it's fine. Let me see what you guys just said. Yeah, you guys are bat lovers? I mean, I get it. A lot of people love bats. I find them very creepy. And Amber said maybe that's why we're the way we are today. Maybe. Yeah, I'm glad that you got here, Karen. That's awesome. You made it. I'm sorry about what happened. I don't know what glitch there was. But yeah, I can't share it up because I'm doing this right now. Will and I usually have like multiple devices. We're like recording on a screen in front of us, like a computer thing, and we both have our phones to share and everything, but I'm just doing this on my phone. I want to make it not daunting, because I knew if Will offered to walk me through setting it up in the basement at his house and like doing all the stuff, but I knew that would make me not feel like doing it. So I just wanted to make it easy breezy. So I'm just checking out the chat again. I'm even in my jammers. That's how easy breezy we're talking. I'm not in my presentation clothes, I'm in my play clothes. Presentation clothes are what you show to the world when you want to look good. Play clothes are when you're at home and you're just doing your thing. You change into them after school or work and you're feeling good. Ugh. Yeah, I totally get that, Amber. Like, you like them in general, but you're not going to have them show up unexpectedly. I know, my cat keeps like walking by back and forth. Here you can see, let's see, yeah. Crumbs and Chloe hanging out. I'm taking care of Molly right now too, Will's cat, but I mean Will's dog, but she does not like cats. So it's a little like back and forth, and you have to kind of, navigate a little bit. So I'll be going back over to get Molly in a little bit, and then I have to put Chloe in the other room and close the door and stuff. It's a whole thing, but we make it work. Molly's adorable. I love her. I would love it if she could just be like smushing here with us right now. More GTTU dog content is always welcome. Thank you. We love our dogs. They're the best. I'm trying to think what else I have going on in my world. Yes, Michelle, yes. What are you guys into right now? I'm stumped, but I bet you're not. What have you guys been watching? Oh, you know what? While you write in, I'll just say one thing. I posted it in the Guides to the Unknown Facebook group today. We have a thread on Wednesdays where you can just post like whatever you're watching or into and just share with the class. And I started watching this documentary last night called Beyond the Curve about flat earthers, people who believe that the earth is flat, and it is fascinating. They definitely capture the most, as you would think for something that's supposed to be entertainment, like the most like colorful, shall we say, characters, like very like out there and wacky. I'm sure there are people who are a little bit more, what word would I use? I don't know, less adamant and like insanely gung-ho about it. But it is a super entertaining documentary. I totally recommend it. It's on Netflix. Playing new Sims 4. That's cool. Oh, Amber, I am so with you. Number one, about trying to catch up on things that you haven't seen, because I'm behind on a lot of stuff too. But yeah, Searching is very prestige horror. Will and I actually saw it in the theater, and then I watched it again at home with Ryan, and I loved it. It's actually a good one to rewatch. There aren't like humongous Easter eggs in it or anything. Hey, Mel. But there are a couple of fun things where you're like, oh, when you already know the ending. Drew, you're talking about flat earthers today? Yeah, it's intense. I mean, I was obviously aware that that's a thing and everything. But again, you're only watching and following the people in the documentary, but like people are some people very, very intense about it. And the thing that's interesting about flat earthers or that theory or anything is that like it's one thing to believe that that's a thing, but if you're believing that that's a thing, you're inherently believing, you have to be believing that there is a vast conspiracy on top of it. Like, so number one, like, if the earth is flat, okay, fine, but then you automatically have to believe that, like, everybody's hiding this information from you. No, you know what? And Sarah, no, I haven't watched those before. I saw somebody post something about Shane Dawson, and I thought that it was, oh God, what's his name? I mixed him up with Shane West from like A Walk to Remember. And so for a good, not long, I figured out the name difference, but for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, I was like, man, Shane West really did like a pivot. He had a real lifestyle change. I didn't know he was doing like major conspiracy theory videos now. Okay, you know what? We all have our journeys. What's the pizza theory? Is that about flat Earth? Because a pizza's flat. It's my kind of Earth. It's the kind of world I want to live in. Yeah, I'm sure there are, oops, oh God, sorry. I was trying to hit the chat thing and the camera flippy thing is right next to it. Let me see. Yeah, there are measured responses to flat Earth videos. I'm sure. I mean, people are pretty. I didn't finish the whole thing just because I got tired. They had the people who were hardcore flat earthers, and they also were they had like talking head things from like scientists and I'm trying to think who else. Just other people who were kind of the counterpoint, and they weren't mean or anything. They were fair. I mean, they were a little bit condescending, kind of like, oh boy, but they were okay. Yeah, mom, the hammock. Let me see. There's a rumor the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese is made of recycled old pizza slices, and they tested it by buying the pizza. Hang on. And saw none of the slices matched up. Wait. What? It's made of old recycled pizza slices. What do you mean? You know what? I'll look it up later. I won't make you explain it to me, but I have never heard of that before. How do you guys all know this? Jordan Miller chiming in like they were born knowing this Chuck E. Cheese pizza thing? Elizabeth Jansen's third graders are talking about recycled pizza? What the hell is going on here? I've never heard of such a thing. Recycled pizza? Do you mean like the crusts and left behind pizza? It's all over Twitter? What the hell? I don't really go on Twitter that often. Maybe that's my problem. Wow. Wow. I'm reeling. I didn't know that was a thing. That's really, like, pictures everywhere? What? I don't understand. No, they use the leftover slices. Okay, to make a new pizza. All right. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. I'm just real quick looking this up on my iPad. They take uneaten slices of pizza and reheat them with others to make whole new pieces. I find this shocking. I can't let me just look this up. I'm sorry, guys. Why Cops on Twitter has left me out of the loop on that one. Has Chuck E. Cheese responded? Pizza theory. It's all over the place. Those are like the autofills. Everybody knows about this. I've been in the dark. Oh no, I see what you're saying by the slices not matching up. That is so funny. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm not going to look it all up and ignore you guys, but so what's the consensus on this theory? Are people like, yeah, this is a thing? Because that picture that I just saw, you're absolutely right. The slices don't add up. What the hell? Look. They deny, Amber says. How can they deny? How do you deny that pizza with all the slices all messed up? They say no, every pizza is fresh. People say yes. Chuck says no, stop. This is amazing. When you first saw the pizza theory thing, I thought of like Pizzagate, and I was like, oh God, oh no. This is... So you don't think anybody takes it seriously since it's bizarre and gross. But like, do people think that it's true? Like, are we acknowledging that like, yeah, we caught Chuck E. Cheese and they're denying it, but we know the truth kind of thing? Boy, howdy. People love the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese, right? I think that's a thing. I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese, like, I think since I was a kid. I haven't had, like, friends or relatives do kid birthdays or anything. Hey, Bobby. Hey. But I think people love Chuck E. Cheese pizza, right? Yeah, not anymore. That's bizarre. I'm happy that I know about it. You want pizza now? I had pizza before. I am not ashamed to tell you that earlier today, I was hanging out at Will's house without him or Allie, just with the dog again, so that they could like be together and hang out. I could like get some work done and everything, and like I don't have to lock up Chloe, our cat, in her room. And I made an Amy's Organic cheeseless pizza, and I ate the whole thing. It was great. Those slices matched up just fine. Oh God, yeah, totally. I at least theoretically remember Chuck E. Cheese ball pits. Does anybody remember Discovery Zone? That's amazing. Isn't it a thing, though, that people say that Chuck E. Cheese pizza is good? I'm really picky about pizza. I think we've discussed that on the show. I have a lot of food. They're not even peculiarities, real. Well, I guess if you ask me, they're not. But particular things. It tastes like they tricked me and fed me a diaper. They probably did. We were just talking about how Chuck E. Cheese is like recycling their old pizza slices into Franken pizzas to serve people, like uneaten pizza slices. So I wouldn't put them above diaper pizza. You fold that diaper just way, it could be a triangle. Yeah, Discovery Zone was awesome when I was a kid. It's scary when you think about it, especially that tube thing that you could crawl through that was like a big selling point in the commercials and everything. Like, that's Dangerous. Not to mention CC ball pit smelled like pee. I'm sure that's true. They still have ball pits at like McDonald's that you can go into, right? It just seems so, I don't know. It's the little kid aspect I guess, because you know how like there are a lot of kind of pop up like Instagram trap exhibits, I guess you would say, and a lot of them have ball pits that are either like, you know, pretty colored balls that are all the same color, or just like, you know, there's like pits of like sprinkles and stuff that you can fall into and take pictures. I guess it's the same thing. I guess it does skeeve me a little bit now that I think about it, but skeeves me a lot less than a ball pit with like little kids in it. Cause like, yeah, they can't control their functions and they touch everything. They probably put balls in their mouths all the time. Let me see. And you're on them. Reputed to have fecal matter in the ball pit. I believe that all day, every day. Seriously, when Will sees this, I'm really gonna hear it about it being about like fart smells everywhere, poo poo pee pee. I guess this is pretty on brand or whatever. I find this stuff, it's funny. What are you gonna do? You can't fight City Hall. All right, guys. So I think I am gonna wrap it up. It's been about 31 minutes. I'm already past the length of a sitcom. This must be the worst sitcom you've ever seen, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I just wanted to check in. But we'll be back live again next week, as usual. We'll be home by Wednesday. Oh, we are solving the mystery of the recycled pizza. It still is Little Guides to the Unknowny. It's your favorite episode. Very happy to deliver. But yeah, anyway, guys, we will see you next week. Thanks for coming and hang out with me. Yeah, I had a good time. I hope you did too. All the usual stuff. You can find us everywhere at GTTU Pod. You can find me on Instagram at Chillin' Kristen, and you can find William everywhere at Haunted Sponge. And I'm glad you guys had fun. If you guys like these little like impromptu things, let me know. Maybe we could do them a little bit more often. It was cool. All right, guys, have a really good night, and I will see you later. All right, bye. I can figure out how to end this. This is pathetic. Oh my God. There's an X up there. Of course there's an X, Kristen. Oh, man. Oh, damn it. God. I wanted that to be a funny split screen and it didn't even work. All right, here I go.